So I got this subpoena from Twitter. This is a non-party subpoena for...
Didn't Twitter subpoena your tweets?
Yes. Let me get to that.
Wait.
This is a subpoena.
I thought they're public.
They are. These nitwits have Wachtell Lipton billing them at probably $2,000 an hour to subpoena tweets that are public. I mean, brilliant strategy. But this is called a subpoena for production of business records in an action pending outside California. So I'm not a party to the laws. At least they're not suing me because I have no involvement in this thing. But they sent me the broadest ever subpoena. It's like 30 pages of requests. And now I got to hire a lawyer to go quash this thing because they basically want any of my communications with any of my friends over the last 6 months. It's insane.
Sachs, can you just explain to the audience and to us, like, this is a court-sanctioned subpoena? The court is basically allowing the lawyers to demand that you hand over these communications. Is that right?
Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to fight it yet. So now, at my own expense, I got to hire a lawyer and go send them to fight it because this is a ridiculous, overbroad subpoena. And by the way, I'm not even involved in this thing. I'm just a commenter on Twitter. I don't have any. Let me just save Wachtell Lipton a lot of time right now. I'm not in possession of non-public information about this. And, you know, the craziest thing is, yeah, like you mentioned, they cite my tweets as an exhibit here, and they say they want all documents and communications concerning your statement in a tweet dated April 16th that the, quote, new Twitter CEO checklist includes eliminate all bots and fire useless employees, 50% question mark. So obviously they didn't like that. Your statement in a tweet dated April 25th, crazy thought, what if Jack masterminded this whole thing? Your statement in a tweet dated July 18th, that, quote, randomly sampling 100 accounts a day is not a serious effort, and or your statements in any other tweet concerning the merger, blah, blah. Let me just save them time right now. I don't have documents and communications concerning my tweets. Now, I know to a lawyer at Wachtell Lipton that looking at my tweets and how brilliant they are, you may think that I have extensive documentation and source material for them. But let me tell you what happened. I went to go take a and I basically tweeted off the cuff, and that's how that tweet ended up in the public record. There are no documents and communications concerning my tweets. And this idea that somehow, I guess what they're trying to get at is that somehow I was tweeting on behalf of someone or at someone's behest. Not true. Go look well before this year at my public tweets and blogs about the topic of free speech. I've been a critic of Twitter's for a long time on the issue of free speech. I've written a content moderation policy. I've written about what I think a content moderation policy for a social network that cares about free speech should be. You know, I've written all these posts on Medium going back years now. You know, I was a critic of Twitter throwing Donald Trump off the platform. So these views that I've publicly stated are the reason I've stated them is they're just my views, and there's just nothing more nefarious or something behind them other than that. And I think they're just trying to chase a there there is no there.
Right.
So let me just save everyone a lot of time.
You and I can talk because our friends have no comment on this matter.
Actually, I have one question. I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
During this movement that you had and you composed the tweet, is there any documentation of the movement?
No, but you know, next time that I compose a tweet on the can, I will document it thoroughly and I will send it to the lawyers at Wachtell Lipton.
Zach, what happens if you don't respond in 20 days?
I don't know. I mean, now I've hired a lawyer. By the way, just so people understand, you may think that because of my position in business or something that these things happen all the time. They don't. I've been maybe subpoenaed like 3 times in my entire career, and I've never been subpoenaed in my capacity as an individual. It's always been in connection with a company, and I don't think I've gotten one of these in over 5 years. So this just does not happen that often. These guys are totally chasing at straws. And it leads me to believe they're wasting my time and Twitter's money. And they're trying somebody at Twitter should just rein in their lawyers because they're, I'm sure, racking up a fortune in legal fees.